Welcome to the Harry Jez Rugby Language channel. Today I just wanted to talk about Haitian Creole, a language that is derived heavily from French. Obviously Haiti being a French colony makes sense. But the grammar features of this language is similar to French. The grammar structure and the structure of the language is similar to French, but it's not mutually intelligible to Standard French. Standard French people might think it's a bit strange or something like that. But it's mainly to do, Haitian Creole is to do with, like, when the French settled Haiti, or what they called Saint-Domingue, which is on the island of Hispaniola, which is shared with the Dominican Republic. I will do a video on that maybe. So the grammar features and the word structure is the same. The sentence structure is the same, but the word structure is different, and the structure, like the words are different, but the structure and how it is, orthography is the same. So like back to the history of of Haitian Creole. So where is it mainly spoken? It's spoken in Haiti, but you can also find it being spoken in neighbouring countries such as the Bahamas and also Guyana, those sort of places. So when the French settled what was now Haiti, or Saint-Domingue, as the French called it, they didn't know how to communicate. The white French settlers didn't know how to communicate with the locals, so they just spoke, assuming that the locals spoke French. They spoke French, but these local people who were working on the sugarcane plantations, which was the main crop of Haiti at the time, did not speak French. They spoke their own languages, which were related to the West African languages, such as the Bantu group of languages, which I will cover in another video. And there were also Glee, which is a West African language, and some Bantu languages, also spoken in that region of Africa. But why were these spoken by these people? Because these people had been brought over from West Africa by the French to work the plantations in Haiti, or Saint-Domingue as it was called by the French. So, the words are different, but the structure is similar. How it's written is similar. It's a great deal similar to Standard French in how it's written and structured, but not the word order. Some French people might think it's a bit strange, or it's not proper French. Well, it was thought that for a long time that it wasn't proper French, but it has been taught side by side with Standard French in Haiti until 1960. So it hasn't been, Haitian Creole hasn't been an official language of Haiti forever, but it has been there around for a little while. And it is taught as well as French in schools, but for government documentation and stuff, it's still in French. And also the media still widely use Standard French to portray their message. But more and more common Haitian people still use Haitian Creole as their main language. But the people who speak West African languages such as Bantu languages and stuff like that will understand structurally at least, what Haitian Creole will structurally know how to speak Haitian Creole. Do I think this is a good language for you to learn? I'm on the fence at this one. I don't think it's a bad language, I don't think it's a good language. I think it should be up to you whether you decide to learn this language, but it's not spoken in a wide area of the world, mainly in the Caribbean and mainly in Haiti. So there you go. There's a little bit of the history of Haitian Creole and how they speak it. In Haitian Creole also, I noticed through my research that they don't use quite often, which is the word for what. They don't use what often in Haitian Creole. There's no you don't have to really conjugate the verbs in Haitian Creole as well. So the grammar is pretty simple. Yeah, so that is my word on Haitian Creole. Harry Jez out. See you in the next one. Like, subscribe. Thank you.